Hi there, my name is Matt Crowley. I'm the Vice President of Digital Services here at MoreVisibility, and I've got my colleague here, Max, joining me as well. Max, why don't you introduce yourself?
Thank you, Matt. Yes, my name is Max Braglia, VP of Interactive Advertising here at MoreVisibility.
Great. So wanted to get both of us together to talk a little bit about an announcement Google just recently made around Google Shopping. So Max, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Google announced and walk us through it?
Yeah, so in a nutshell, what happened is that Google is actually opening up the Google Shopping tab to free listings. This is important. Why? Because the Google Shopping experience up until today has been only made of listings that are paid listings. Now things will change very soon, and free listings will become available in Google Shopping. The other thing I want to say is that in regards to the advertisement part, everything will remain the same, meaning if you're doing shopping campaigns, which we will talk about in a minute, nothing will change within the Google.com experience.
Really interesting. So when does this start really taking effect for organizations?
This will start next week in the US. It will take effect across the US before the end of April, and really aiming to expand globally before the end of the year. So this is a big change.
Yeah, wow. And does this primarily really just impacts retailers then, right? It doesn't really impact any other organizations that might just be running normal Google Ads campaigns?
No, I would say this is primarily impacting e-commerce retailers. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So I know you and I talk a lot about with our clients the overlap, synergies, and then times where maybe there's less synergies between paid and organic, be it social, Google or Bing ads, search ads, so on and so forth. So in terms of organic and advertising, when it comes to shopping, certainly, at least from my perspective, from an organic perspective, it's great for clients, especially retailers who may really right now, especially the ones that have stock items that are in stock, knowing that it can be really tough to find for a consumer certain goods that are in stock on a retailer's website. It's really good from an organic perspective, from my point of view, that retailers are going to have additional increased visibility from an organic perspective. But I'm sure a lot of organizations would wonder if we're going to have some organic visibility, maybe is there any reason that we should not do advertising then on top of it? And I know from our perspective, that generally is not the case. We see a lot of incrementality when we look at organic and paid ads in other channels like regular Google ads or Bing ads. When we see a consumer who finds both a retailer on or in a Google ads result and then an organic result, we see those two play really well together, and consumers then ultimately have more options to choose from that retailer. There's two of those positions, or maybe even more, depending on maybe structured data markup or ad site links or things like that. They can really control more of that real estate and therefore get more total clicks, while it might be slightly sort of divergent between increases and decreases in paid as a silo or organic as a silo. But in totality, we see a lot of good incrementality when we tend to look at organic and paid in other channels. So what do you think about that as it relates to shopping and what we're likely to see there?
Yeah, it's a great question, and those are great points, Matt. I would say incrementality, as you mentioned, is the key word here. When we see paid ads and organic listings, and this also happens on the actual, search results on Google.com. We see incrementality of clicks, we see better quality of users, we see better conversions. So really, when SEM and SEO work together, paid and organic, it's really incrementally, and efficiently improving the performance of the campaigns. In regard to the shopping, I would say, listen, Google sees hundreds of millions of shopping searches on Google, happening on Google every single day. And so they know that many retailers, they have items and that people need that are in stock, but they don't get visibility. So Google is trying always to improve the user experience. So what they're trying to do is to give more visibility, no pun intended, to those products and make sure that they are discoverable. With that being said, retailers who are smart, they can now leverage the organic component as well as the paid component. And the paid component, at the end of the day, like as I mentioned at the beginning, will not change that much. We are all used to going to google.com, entering specific products and seeing what they're called PLA, product listing ads, at the very top as a carousel, and those will stay the same. So again, the ability to synergistically utilize both organic listings for products as well as paid is really what's a big news to me, and I think it's a great opportunity for advertisers.
Yeah, great. And so just two last questions for me. I know we've talked quite a bit about here shopping in general and for retailers in general, but I think one of the points that you've hit on a couple times is really important to make sure it's really clear for organizations. So there's the shopping tab, right, which is a separate tab, and then there's shopping results in normal Google results. If you just go to google.com, you search for sneakers or something like that, and then you see shopping results on the sort of main Google listings. So talk to us a little bit, are those the same or those a little different? How should clients think about that?
Yeah, sometimes I find that there's a little bit of confusion in terms of nomenclature. Mm-hmm. And so to go back, take a step back, it's like what Google Shopping is per se is a Google service. And it's a Google service that allows people to search and buy products that they're interested in, right? And it all happens within an environment which is like I would say, I would call it a shopping environment, which is visible in Google when you look at the tabs at the top. One of the tabs is shopping, you go there, and that's the environment. That's Google Shopping as a service. Different things are the Google Shopping ads, which are advertising units that are visible in Google Shopping, as well as google.com main hub, the main search hub, where you see them at the very top. So it's important to clarify that in terms of advertising, everything pretty much will stay the same, with advertisers able to leverage their products through the feed and showcase those products to users who are searching for specific keywords. But at the same time, now there's the ability within the Google Shopping experience, the Google Shopping tab, to showcase free listings to really improve the visibility for some of the products.
Great. Yeah, so it sounds like as far as an organization goes, for example, our clients, if there's a retailer that we're working with and they're currently running advertising with us, it's more than likely that we're running that through and we have a merchant center account set up, and there's really nothing different to be done, right? Is that accurate?
That's very accurate. So
Great.
Yeah, if you're an existing user of Merchant Center and shopping ads, you don't have to do a thing. You will be able to take advantage of these free listings as the new feature will be enabled in the Google Merchant Center account. If you're a new user of the Merchant Center, then Google will continue to work with new users of that platform to enable that feature as well. So Google is really making it as easy as possible for e-commerces and retailers to embrace that new feature.
It's great. We like easy. So then I guess just the last thing I'll end on, unless there's anything else you had that you wanted to share. I know when it comes to things like shopping and organic results for retailers, structured data markup is really important. It's something that we focused on for many years within the regular google.com results, but I would say are going to probably be equally as important here. Making sure that you have the right structured data markup, you're taking full use of all different types of structured data markup to really provide all of the context around your products and their attributes to search engines, in particular, in this case, Google, so that not only if you're already set up with a feed, you also have as much structured data markup on your pages, really providing all that context and description to search engines as well from an SEO perspective. So that's definitely something to keep your eye on and work with your development team and SEO partner as well. Well, Max, anything else you want to leave the audience with before we jump off the call?
No, the only thing is like I'm really excited about this change and really looking forward to see that incrementality that we mentioned a few minutes ago when organic is helping paid and paid is helping organic, because we have really seen outside of the shopping experience how that can work very well.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Max, for joining me. Hopefully for everyone else out there watching, hopefully this is helpful, and be well.
Great. Thank you so much, Matt.